We're recording. I just went through this whole entire speech and I realized I didn't press the button. You see, technology. So, Shavua Tov, Moadim L'Simcha. Here we are on the last day of Sukkot, the day of David HaMelech, who's our Ushbaz, who's our Ushbazim, one of the 7 guests who came today. It's HoShsana Raba, the last day of Sukkot. We're sitting in our morning breakfast in our Sukkah in Yerushalayim, and I realized, I'm sure maybe a lot of people know this, but I thought of a midrash that says Adam Rishon, the first man, knew that there was going to be a king, David HaMelech, a very righteous person. He took a chance and he said, this person has a destiny, David HaMelech had a destiny to only live for 30 days. He saw greatness and he said, I'm going to give 70 years of my life to David. It wasn't David HaMelech, it was just David. So I was thinking, my goodness, David HaMelech, right? He knew that every single one of his days was a gift. What did David HaMelech do? He wrote all of Psalms. He was singing to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He lived a very difficult life, a lot of challenges in there, and every single day was singing in praise to Hashem. And I was thinking, what a beautiful way to live your life, to know that every day is a gift. So it's interesting. We're now at the end. Zot HaBracha, it's the last parsha, and it's also, we're going to say, we end the parsha, we end the Torah, and we also begin at Breshit. All ends our beginnings, which is also a beautiful concept, the concept of simcha, to know that, okay, because at the end also of Sukkot, there's sort of like this letdown a little bit. You work so hard. I thought to myself, a month and a half we've been preparing between Elul and then the Chagim, and you put so much effort into it, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and then it's over. There's a little bit of a letdown, a little bit of a sadness too in the parting of the Chag. And as Sukkot is ending, then we have this big Simchas Torah, which is supposed to be a lot of simcha, but sometimes I always feel a little bit of sadness knowing that it's going to end already. And I realized this morning what happened. Last night, my daughter and I stayed up quite late saying Tilim. There's a minhag to say Tilim the last night in HoShsana Raba. And there's also a minhag with a tikkun that my husband and my son were saying. And I knew that they were going to probably not sleep all night long. They're going to go very early to pray. And I went to bed late, and I was very, very tired. And this whole week has been like really intense. And I've been getting up very, very early. And twice I went to the kotel for nets, for the rising of the sun. And I had a lot of energy. And last night I was so tired. And I went to bed late. And then it was 5 o'clock in the morning. And my baby woke up. And I was with her for about an hour, and then I was at this turning point where I could go back and rest for another hour, or I could get up and pray with the sunrise. And I decided to rest for another hour. I did my little cheshbon, as they say in Hebrew, my accounting, and I decided that's what I needed. And I think I feel good about it. I think it was a beautiful way to end the Chag. I'm going to actually, to be able to have that koach and to be able to have a beautiful breakfast this morning with koach and to go into Simchas Torah, being able to enjoy it. And I think that one of the things that when Moshe died, this is the parsha, he dies. It says, Zot HaBracha. Moshe gives a bracha right before he dies. He gives a bracha to all the tribes. And then he passes away. And it's so limiting in a way, to think that like we're here for a certain amount of time, that every single day is a gift. And then we're no longer here in this world. And then what happens? We come Simchas Torah and we start with Breshit. It's a beginning again. There's a newness. There's an ending and there's a newness. And I think that sometimes we get caught up, that we feel like their bodies are so limiting to us in a negative way. But I actually think it's good that we're limited, that we're sometimes tired and we're sometimes hungry, sometimes thirsty. I think it's a gift from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because first of all, it connects us to Him, that we need Him, and also it grounds you. It puts you in a very concrete thing of knowing, okay, I have to enjoy each moment, and I have to, my physicality and my emotional and my spiritual health, I have to take care of the whole thing in order to enjoy where I'm at and holding. During Sukkot, I had a lot of cheshbonot going on in my head, a lot of accounting, because I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing sometimes. I'm like thinking, should I be cooking now? Should I be playing with my kids now? Do we have guests? Should we be having guests now? Should we not be having guests now? This is a constant back and forth. What should I be doing right now? Do I make the right decisions? Do I not make the right decision? I don't know. I do the best that I can. In each moment, I thought to myself, okay, what is my role right now? And with that, I'm going to get the bracha. And Hashem's going to give me the koach. He's going to give me the strength to do it. And I think that's also what Moshe is saying. He's saying each of the tribes has a certain role, a certain mission. and he gives them a blessing to be able to fulfill that mission with certain kuchot. No two tribes got the same blessing, and no two tribes have the same mission. Same thing with us. We constantly are evolving, and each step or stage in our lives we have a different mission. It's a helicopter. And Hashem gives us the kuchot, the strength to do it. So now I feel revigorated with that extra hour of sleep in the morning, going into Simchas Torah b'simcha. It reminds me 4 years ago, I actually had my best Simchat Torah. What did I do? I was also exhausted, and I had at the time, my son was a baby. I remember going back to put him down for a nap, and I myself took a 2-hour nap, and it was like my best Simchat Torah, because I knew I needed it, and I gave it to myself, that rest. And for me, sometimes it's easier to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and run to the kotel. That's what I want to do, than it is to sleep in. So it's a balance in life. Anyways, I'm wishing you a Chag Sameach, and everyone should just have the joy of feeling their mission, taking care of themselves, using all the kuchot to serve Kadosh Baruch Hu and fulfill their mission, and to know that in each ending, as sad as sometimes it is, and as difficult at times it is, and each stage in our lives, and each time in our lives, it's also the very ending is a beginning. And Baruch Hashem, that's the gift of the Torah, is that we're constantly beginning. Every day is a Breshit, and every year we end and we begin anew. And even though in the very time as we're ending the cycle of working yourself and growing, and now I really think the real work begins in the month of Mar Cheshbon, which is coming up. The next month is also, I'd say, it has very related to the word Cheshbon, which is accounting. And it's where you take in accounting your life and your everyday. And that's where the real work begins. So anyways, I'm babbling now. My daughter's looking at me. And we're going to get ready for the next adventure of our cooking and preparing for the next Chag. Anyways, everyone should have a beautiful Yom Tov, a Chag Sameach, and many blessings from Yerushalayim.